I have this best friend named Sina, who I've been friends with for about 6 or 7 years. I didn't say that for a joke, it has actually been 6 or 7 years. But since we live hours away from each other, we don't get to see each other that often. It was nice to hear that he's coming to my city again. But this time, things were a little different, because he has just broken up with his girl. And the moment he pulled up to my house, and I saw him, I knew he wasn't feeling good. We go by walking and talking about random stuff for a good couple of hours, till evidently we get to the juicy part of the day, where he talks about his girl and how he loved her and all that. And along those lines, he got this genius idea of cold approaching. I was like, Sina, are you sure? Because I'm definitely not going to participate in your shenanigans. It's going to be all you, buddy. And it was like, yup, I'm sure. So we started walking around the whole city like two fucking idiots, trying to find potential candidates for Sina to talk to. But for some reason, we couldn't find any, even in like the most populated spots of the city. And even when we did, Sina was like, nah. I don't know why, maybe he was second guessing himself or something. But long story short, we didn't have any success until we didn't have any success. I was feeling that Sina was getting kinda infuriated, since he was literally punching random stuff like people's garage doors, and it was a matter of minutes before he chose me as his next target. So I gave the sensible suggestion, let's go eat something. The nearest eating place to us was this pizza place that I've gone to before and had real good food, so we decided to go there. And once we got there, we started looking for a place to sit. And as we locate an empty table, we see these two girls near that table. But we didn't say anything to each other in that moment. We just walked past them and sat behind them. And then I told Sina like, hey, they weren't bad. They want to like... Then Sina gave me a nod and was like, yeah. So I told myself, fuck yeah. It was either going to be an absolute W for my bro, or I was going to witness a humiliation ritual. And he was soon going to see which one it was. So we started deciding on what to eat. Then our waiter came and took our order. And once he left, I told Sina like, hey, when are you going to do the thing? And he gave me like a wink and said when the time is right. So I waited even more till he said that, Artin, I'm going to hit the bathroom. And I told myself, here comes the moment. He took a deep breath, pushed his chair back, stood up, and started walking towards them. And did he just walk past them? So I said maybe he'll go up and talk to them on his way back. I didn't want to waste my time just doing nothing. So I pulled out my phone and started writing some YouTube scripts. And after his business was done, he came back and I told myself, this is the moment, he's going to do it now. And he didn't. Again, it was then when I said, yep, he's not going to do it. So I went back on my phone and continued writing for another couple of minutes. And then, out of nowhere, at the most random timing, proceeds to pull out the most outlandish move I've ever seen in my life. He turns back his head and starts looking at the girls' table, and he says this, do you know Mr. Azarnijad? My name, by the way. My heart stops. The girls respond with, no? Then I immediately look up and stare at Sina and go like, what the fuck are you doing? He says nothing to me and continues talking to the girls. He says, Mr. Azarnejad, the country's best 3D artist. While pointing at me. For a little bit of context, my profession is 3D art. That's why he said that. After he said that, the girls looked at each other confused as fuck and responded with, no, we don't know actually. And Sina then finally ended the conversation with the infamous line, oh really? And then turned his back on them and started looking at me. And at that moment, I was so fucking stunned at what I just witnessed that I immediately had to ask, Sina, what the fuck was that? And he responded with, I saw it on How I Met Your Mother. And I'm like, motherfucker, what do you mean? I haven't watched How I Met Your Mother, so I had no fucking idea about what he was saying. But holy fuck, why would you do that? Fortunately, when our food came, the two girls left the restaurant. After we were done eating our feelings, it was time to pay. So I go to the cashier and hand out my card, and wouldn't you know it, my card was empty. Luckily, Sina had some dough on him, otherwise we would have been washing the dishes for the night. And the story kinda ends there. We go home and cry after losing about 1 billion aura points. So let me know if you have experienced something like this yourself. Hopefully not. Also, please follow my Instagram. I'm going to post it once we hit 300 followers. And with that said, thanks for watching. Bye. See ya.